What's up, guys? It is the weekend, which means that normally I would have a big old stack of next week's books to read, but this time is a little bit different because next Monday is Labor Day, and anytime there is a holiday that falls on a Monday, it causes chaos with the shipping schedule for when my shop receives their books, which means they actually haven't received the books yet. Now, they will be there by Wednesday, by New Comic Book Day. That is not a problem, but they have not come in yet before the weekend like they normally do. They're probably going to come in on Tuesday. So I don't actually have any physical books to read right now, but luckily I am able to read a few of them digitally through the retailer portal with Lunar Distribution, which is your DC, your Image, your Oni, Vault, Black Mask, and a few others. So I actually do have 7 books to read this weekend. It'll just be digitally instead of physical. So I thought I would go through those with you real quick, show you some of what is coming out next week, and let you know what preview videos I'm going to be making. And if there are any others that you want to know more about, let me know and I will do my best to make a spoiler-free preview video of those. So starting off with my most anticipated book, Absolute Power #3. You guys know I have been loving this event, and this issue is just as good as all the other ones. Nightwing has some really great moments in this, and the tide of the battle kind of turns, but there is still more left to do, so it's definitely not over yet. This is awesome. I can't wait for everybody to read this. We've also got Plastic Man No More #1. This is a black labeled Plastic Man book. What? How long has it been since we've had a Plastic Man book and we're getting a black label one? And this is really cool because Plastic Man is dying. His body is actually kind of decaying like plastic is. So there should be some really cool like body horror stuff in this, and maybe a different side to Plastic Man that we haven't seen before. From Oni, we've got The Autumn Kingdom #1, and I'm not sure the finer details of this story, but this is a new kind of spooky supernatural book from Cullen Bunn, who is really good at those types of stories. We've got EC's Cruel Universe #2. This is an anthology book of just 3 or 4 short sci-fi stories done in the style of the classic EC books. The Epitaphs from the Abyss books are awesome. I really enjoyed the first issue of this. Can't wait to dive into a whole new set of stories. We've got Lady Mechanica, The Devil in the Lake #1. I've actually never read any Lady Mechanica. I do have a few of the collected editions. I've just not read them, but it seems really cool. A kind of a steampunk Victorian era adventure story, and I can't wait to check this one out. We've got Prairie Gods #1, and this is a new sort of supernatural anthology series. Each story is a one and done, but each story takes place in a town called Broadacres. And in this story, this guy right here buys the local racetrack so that he can race the town's only undefeated driver, the Devil himself. And lastly, we have Flash Gordon Quarterly #1. This is a new anthology Flash Gordon book. I believe this one has 3 different anthology stories. One featuring this guy who is one of Flash Gordon's buddies, but I don't quite remember his name. And the other 2 stories are kind of set in a different place and time than Flash Gordon is normally set in. But the first issue of the new Flash Gordon from Mad Cave was really good. #2 also comes out next week, but I don't have that to read yet. But this should be a nice addition to all of that. So that's it, guys. 7 books in total, some really good stuff, but it's still kind of a bummer that I don't have my hands yet on some of the Marvel stuff. There's some big stuff coming next week, like Ultimates #4, Exceptional X-Men #1, a couple other Venom War books, but I will get a chance to read those on Tuesday, and I will try to make a couple of quick preview videos and post them maybe on Tuesday night, right before New Comic Book Day on Wednesday, just to let you know what those books are all about. But out of these 7, I'm definitely going to make a preview video of Absolute Power, most likely Plastic Man, because that looks really cool. And if there are any others that you want to know more about, let me know, and I will try to make a spoiler-free preview video of that as well. But guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'm going to go get started on these books.